3 weeks after flash floods in the Texas Hill Country killed more than 100 people, state lawmakers criticized Kerr County leaders for rejecting money just a year earlier to create a warning system about rising water. However, they were not the only ones who rejected the state's offer. That's all according to new findings from ProPublica and the Texas Tribune. Here to explain why is Lexi Churchill, a reporter with the ProPublica Texas Tribune Investigative Initiative. Lexi, welcome to our show and thank you for being with us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Let's begin by talking about what exactly the state offered when it came to these kinds of warning systems.
Yeah, absolutely. So Texas created this program that's known as the Flood Infrastructure Fund after Hurricane Harvey to essentially help local governments fund these flood prevention projects, which could include flood warning systems like the one that Kerr proposed or other larger infrastructure projects as well that cost tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars sometimes. So the state decided to take an approach where it gives out both grants, which is essentially money, free money you don't have to pay back, as well as loans, which applicants could pay back over time. And so each applicant is offered some sort of grant, sometimes none at all, and then the program would cover the rest in a loan that would need to be paid back. So in the case of Kerr, which was the application was submitted by the Upper Guadalupe River Authority there, they were offered a 5% grant for that $1 million flood warning system. They would have to pay back the rest of that, which is still $950,000 over several decades as well.
Okay, you touched on it there briefly, but what reasons did Kerr County and really dozens of other local governments give about turning down these kinds of state funds?
Yeah, so we talked to at least 30 applicants that turned down the money for the same reason that Kerr and the Upper Guadalupe River Authority did, which essentially comes down to that grant being too small. The Upper Guadalupe River Authority in Kerr County came into the process applying for a larger grant that they thought would cover the majority of the costs. And we heard the same thing from at least those 30 other applicants as well, who turned down tens of millions of dollars that ended up going unused for years within this program.
And during your reporting, did any of those reasons that the different counties gave, did that factor into any changes the state would like to make moving forward?
It's a great question. The short answer is we don't quite know yet. We did reach out to lawmakers on that special committee that is investigating the floods, and we shared our findings with several who said they had never heard this before and weren't aware of the results, and that there was this much money left over that hadn't been used. So they did call for the program to be reviewed in the next session, which is in 2027. So we will see if the state makes any changes then.
I know you'll keep on it for sure. One final question for you, Lexi. State lawmakers did approve even more money, millions more, to help some counties install flood sirens moving forward. So what comes next with that process?
Yeah, absolutely. So that money is separate of this program. The state passed $50 million that's specifically supposed to go to counties that were affected by the floods in July. That, however, is not going to go to them directly without any extra work. It sets up essentially a new application process, and all of those local governments are going to have to go through that application process and see what's next. So that could take months, if not longer.
All right, that is Lexi Churchill. You can read more about her reporting on the Texas Tribune's website as well as ProPublica's. Lexi, thanks again for being with us and nice job with this story.
Thanks so much.